everyone. Right, I remember one of my oldest videos I ever did on my channel, that was back from like a year ago or two, was like some weird compilation of like furry weddings. And each single, I'll just say right now, that video was so gay, both from the clips and on my part. But still, like that compilation of weddings stuck with me for so long. It was just so bizarre to watch. Because, from my perspective, right, first of all, if you love a person so much that you're willing to marry them and, like be bonded with them till as the guy says, till death do you part, then yeah, surely at that point you'd be willing to like marry them face to face, like not behind a $1,000 furry costume. So that's really like one good part. And the second thing is that at a wedding, like most people you invite are like friends, family, like important people, and surely from both like the groom and bride side, their parents probably are ashamed of them, so the only people they can invite, like apart from the whole family, is like very close friends. But even then, like what kind of wedding is like that where you only bring like close friends or just like random people from like a furry convention to fill up like the hall? It just feels embarrassing. And honestly, since then, like furry weddings are they're so rare, like pretty uncommon, that the only time you ever find them is if you look them up. But today, when I was going through Twitter, I was going through like the incredible account of Dixerto, best news account on Twitter ever. I was going through their profile, and they made one tweet about how there was a couple at a PAX Australia where they held a marriage ceremony in the theme of Cult of the Lamb. And when I watched it, the video starts like the video is from a very far off distance, so you can barely see what's going on. But then as it zooms in, I'm like, oh my god. Okay, well, I was already lost at the theming of Cult of the Lamb. But when it zoomed in and I realized that both the couple were wearing furry costumes, both lambs, I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. And there was like a full story behind this, because at that same ceremony there was like a couple that got married. And they even made an article, I don't know how, they made an article like how the indie studio, I don't know who they are, they actually partnered up with the couple to make the whole, like they were willing to make the set design, make the whole ceremony, get the, oh my, they even made the costumes for like the close people to wear like in the theme of the game, like that cloak, like full red with a symbol behind it. Oh my god. So yeah, they were like all like in collaboration to make this whole thing, I guess for like publicity. But at the same time, imagine that these people have to be close to the studio to have like a connection to be like, hey, can you make our wedding look like your game, Cult of the Lamb? Okay, I'm gonna shut up and just watch the video, because there's one part where instead of saying you may now kiss the bride, they say like you may now sniff the bride, something weird like that.
I now pronounce you married. You may switch your person.
Okay, I swear to God, they said, the Pope, the priest, whatever, they said sniff. It sounds like nothing else. But yeah, oh my, look at all these people. I like how it pans you like left and right, and it's actually like hundreds of people in the balcony. Oh my god, you're like so many people. Okay, there's no way that every single person is a family or friend of the couple. Like if it happened at PAX, clearly, anyone could walk in, cry, fart, whatever, and then leave the place. Also, I love how they even got a camera up here in the middle, to get very zoomed in and capture this beautiful moment where, unless they, switch lifestyle or get divorced, it definitely, will not, age badly at all. It's even funny when you consider like the second couple got married right after them, and they're like way much more normal. And I imagine, I was thinking as well, like, did they line up the furry couple first? To like put on a big show to get everyone's attention, because then if they saw like a very boring couple, with no costume, that suck. So of course they put the furry couple in first to gather in everyone. Okay, I was just thinking now, if another company paid for your wedding, that's like a shit ton of money just saved. So on that one side, I will clap for them for saving money, but on the other hand, even like, you know, like even having like one of the weddings where you go to like the bureau, you know, like the court, and you pay for a document and that's it. Even that would be more romantic, I guess, you know, than going to this kind of place full of random people and being stuffed inside a furry costume. That would feel more, you know, more matrimony, whatever the word is. That would feel more ceremoniously, I feel like, you know, throwing that word as well. Okay, I just realized now, the game came out in 2022, so 2 years later, right? If you care that much about the game, fair enough. But surely, if you're going to sacrifice a beautiful moment in your life, like a wedding, you surely do something cool for, like, you know, for a big game, a big release that will get a shit ton of attention. You know, like a wedding in the theme of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Like, just imagine, you know, like a bunch of people like in black, you know, with like tactical gear. You have like a nuke go off, like actually in a ceremony, killing everyone. That'd be sick. But yeah, that's what I could say, because as funny as this is, this is like two people's most important day of their life, where, come on, let's be honest, with how high divorce rates are today, you know, what's the likelihood of, you know, of them looking back together and being happy about it? Very low, very low. And not just that, but if they have kids in the future, or, you know, adopt a kid, whatever, and they show them the recording of the ceremony, then yeah, that's gonna warp their perspective of a good wedding and how a ceremony should be held, you know, not like romantically, not seriously, just completely as a joke, themed around a game. Also, what do you do with the costumes? Like, instead of having the trope of having like a wife like pick up her wedding dress from like 10 years ago and crying like how fat she is, it's gonna be like some woman crying like how fat she is for like the furry costume that she got married in, and her whole life is falling apart. That'd be pretty okay for that one tiny exchange that would happen in a person's life where they become miserable. That's pretty funny. All these things just come together like a big sandwich, like, you know, layer after layer of just funny shit that makes this whole thing so ridiculous. I'm sorry.